Georgina, over to you.
Good morning, everybody. So we're going to do this a little shorter since we had link issues, but welcome to Adopting a Product Mindset. Great to see some from folks that I know in the chat. So really, really great to see you guys. Let me know where you're joining from. And I'm joining from England in the UK. It's 8 a.m. in the morning, and I'm super sparked to talk all things product with you guys today. So let me know in the chat just to get started. Most of you are innovators from what I can see, but if you're watching this recording on the end, follow in, join in the conversation. So what are your favorite products, guys? We'll start with the first question. Drop that in the chat. I want you to give me your top product, and I'm going to go a little quicker because we only have about 11 minutes to get through this session. So top product in the chat, go. Normally I like to do a waterfall chat, but that's okay. 4 miles away from me is Darren from GEG UK, super awesome. I know I'm loud, sorry. Abid says his iPhone is his favorite. Darren says the Pixel, that's awesome. Indeed. I have to say mine is my iPad. Now I want you to let me know why you picked that product as your favorite, because that's also really important. Let me know in the chat. Aftershocks headset. Darren says it's the best iPhone. Why is it the best iPhone? And part of the experience about understanding why a product is so great and why it's so important and why users want products is really continuing to ask the but why questions, which are all things that the Google Innovator Program help us to develop when we join. So I'm part of the VIA 20 along with Darren and a few others, and I'm really excited that that was a great kickstart to my product journey. A few others, great music, podcast, friends, students. Okay, really great answers. So the more you dive in with questions, the more you get to understand. Let's flip the coin now, guys, and tell me, what is your least favorite product? What is your least favorite product? While you guys are typing in your least favorite products, my favorite product has got to be Adobe Fresco, because I love doodling on Adobe Fresco, although I have quite a lot of favorite products, but I'll go with that one. And it's because it allows me to be creative at my best. Okay, Darren has some concerns with, the current government. That's fine. Ken says his alarm clock won't keep a battery charge. Oh, and Ken actually gave me the why. So that's great. Drop your least favorite product, and please do drop why it's your least favorite product. That will also be really key. List view, that's funny. So yeah, the idea about product, guys, is understanding which products are great and why, but also understanding what products are not great and why. And all that to say is that as we go across our product journey, we're trying to understand that. So what do you think, therefore, is all these companies that make these products that we're talking about, the positive ones, the negative ones, the good, the bad, etc., what then is the goal of those product organizations? What do you guys think? And again, we're just trying to move the conversation because we got started a few minutes late. James says his least favorite is iTunes. What is the biggest goal of any organization, right? If we consider everything to be a product, what would that be? Make people's lives easier and make money. Great, two things. Abid says engagement and more money comments. That's right. The goal of any product is to be able to fix someone's problem, right? We need to understand what is missing in people's lives or what problem are they experiencing, and then products are created out of those needs. So one of the big things that, Andy and his team here at Canopy teach Google Innovators when they join the program is why it's really important to tackle problems and not tackle solutions. A lot of us are creative. We're really excited to design something that we think, oh, everybody's going to love what we make. But actually, if there's going to be only a really small percentage of people that are going to use it, is it actually going to create value? And is it actually potentially also going to create growth? So these are things that are all related to product-led growth, product journey, etc. So today's journey, we talk about what is product. So for those of you who are Google Innovators, you may very already be familiar with these terms, but there are other community members joining us from Google Education, potentially from beyond, from social media. And if you're new to the world of product, a product is anything that we use, right? This Google for Education mug, a little bit of branding there, except for the green screen. A perfume bottle, your mouse, your keyboard, your phone, etc. Right? All of these go through a life cycle and they have a journey. So they start with discovery, trying to understand what are the product's needs, what are the features we can build, trying to understand what are the problems we can fix with it. And then it goes into a development cycle where engineers work with product designers, UX designers, there's a marketing team, there's a product manager, there might be scrum masters or product owners, and those are people that have smaller teams that all work together inside the product section, and they develop the product from the back end until you have what's called an MVP, which is a multiple oh gosh, viable product, a minimum viable product. And when you have your MVP, then that is when you can actually go to market. So you have the smallest amount of product that you can say, right, I'm going to take this and I'm going to see if it's going to meet my users' needs. You may come up with alpha or beta programs where you can test with some user bases, and you will go to your market, and your marketing team will help you pitch that so that you have people who will be out there to support that. And once you've got your MVP going and you might do iterations, you'll have user feedback and you'll create a backlog and they'll work through it and they'll make the product super great. So you have this outstanding mug celebrating England's weather with Wellington boots. And so many people are going to want to buy this, right? And then you've got to think about, right, but how are we going to grow it? How are we going to grow it locally? How are we going to grow it internationally? How are we going to mature the product until it is end of life and it comes off the shelf and it's expired? So each product that you have that surrounds us, we all either use them, create them, wish for them, etc. They're all around us. And this is the journey that they go through. But what does that mean for education? Do you guys remember learning about this when you were in school? Let me know in the chat if you actually recall learning about product when you were in school, because when I actually recalled all of this product journey as an adult, I don't remember learning about products except maybe a little bit in business class, but actual product build, absolutely not. So let me know in the chat if your learning journey was a little bit different than mine. This is taken from the VIA 20 Google Innovator program that I had, and this is sort of the cycle that we go through to build products. So we empathize, we define, we understand what is the problem, we iterate and ideate, and we build, we prototype, we send it out to alphas and betas, we test it, and then we launch it, we get metrics, and we repeat the cycle, and the product goes through constant iteration. So a little bit of shout out there for Canopy and the great work they're doing for the Innovator program. Today's story, and we only have about 5 minutes left, so we might not get to the complete deck, but today's real session is about how do we take what we understand about a product journey and product life cycle into the world of education. Because we don't know what's going to happen with education tomorrow. Look what happened over the last 2 years, right? With COVID, we're moving towards hybrid and remote settings, and we don't know what's coming. So if we don't know what's coming and students are going to have to work in new ways, develop new things, work with new people, then what are we going to do to help them get there? Well, they may very well end up in the product world, right? They also may end up in education. They may end up in fintech, in medtech, anywhere. But what are we doing to help them get to that space? So things like user stories and journeys, I picked 3 areas of product management that you could easily use in your classrooms. User stories and user journeys are really, really, really special because they really pinpoint a user's journey from A to B. So if you look at a child's story when they walk onto the school campus, or if you're in an online learning environment, that may be logging into your LMS. What is their journey from the minute they, walk through the school gate to the minute they walk out of the school gate? And where are the points on that student's journey where they're sad or they struggled or they got upset or they had a fight or they had a success and they celebrated a win. What are those journey and where are they struggling? And then what support factors are we going to put in place? So education is not unlike product where we find pain points and we have to fix those to enhance and improve our product. Education is also a product, and we can build our user journeys, and we do that as educators naturally when we differentiate in our schools. So it's the idea of taking the language of product and helping educators, leaders, admins, but also our pupils to understand how we can work with that. Another great thing that I started using in my school and other leaders have started using at the school I work at now is a daily stand-up. So a stand-up is a really quick check-in, 10 minutes or less as possible, just to check in where everybody on the team is doing. And we do that every day with our kids, right? They come in for tutor time or homeroom and we say, hey, what's up? How's everybody doing? And we do that check-in and we're making sure that they're ready to go and we get them pumped up or we're there for their their social emotional learning, right? The stand up is also looking to help us get prepared and get organized. And so you can call your check ins or your pre lesson parts as stand ups where you're getting ready for the learning journey ahead. So the daily stand up is another one. Scrum and design sprints are not new for Google innovators, but if you are new to the product world, then Scrum or design sprint is a great way to get your kids pumped up at the start of a new topic. So if you're starting like plant life cycles in year 2, for example, you could absolutely do a design sprint. And I had a Jamboard here ready to go at the top where we could do that, but we started halfway through the session late, so we won't have time to get to it today. But it'd be great to follow up, and you guys have already all done it in the innovator. But the scrum and design sprint is really great, right? It's that ideation process and you're on a timer. You can do 8 blocks or you can differentiate it down to 6 or 4, whatever you have time for in your class. And you give them a minute and you have a problem, right? And that could be like multiplication or addition. So show me all the ways that you can represent 2/3 as a fraction, or a 6 times 8, and then give them a minute and see how many different ways they can represent mathematical equations or climate problems. If you're in a sustainability class, there are so many ways that you can bring product language and product design into education. So today's just a really brief introduction, guys. We would have done that jam had we had time. I've left you some resources to get started because Andy's going to kick me off and send you to the second session in 1 minute. So take a look at these certifications. I've done product management with Product School from America, a 3-month journey to really dive into understanding how product managers can be successful. And I'm so excited for this next chapter of my journey where I'm going to be able to apply and help educators and leaders apply some of these concepts into classroom education to help kids prepare for the unknown of tomorrow. So hope that was great segue to start the Spark Camp Saturday. Thanks for tuning in early for the first session, 8 a.m. GMT. I'll give this link to Andy and he can share it out with the recording. And I look forward to joining all your sessions next too. Let me know if you have questions before you hop off.